That's right. It's another late night, which means, oh look, it's another time. It's time for a reach into the Just Giggle It Grab-Bag, and tonight we're pulling out. Oh my goodness, it's Piper Hinson galore. What do we have here? We have Sexy Woman Joke, aka Handsy Man. Jazz Handsy Man. Anyway. Let's see what's dovetailing here. Oh my God, this is it's freshly been repackaged. What do we have here? Coming from a future episode, we have why you should wear a mask, aka don't want to kill you. The new Piper Hinson music video sweeping the nation. What do you know? What do you know? Piper Hinson galore. The pipes are calling. Let's talk about it. Here we are.
I'll clean your pipes, Dragon.
Oh, shut up.
I'm sorry. All right. So yeah, indeed, folks, we have finally arrived at my favorite sketch in all of the JGI at home lineup. I just think Handsy Man is just an instant classic. And, you know, just for the timeliness of it all, and just for kind of like the Piper Hinson double feature, we're going to talk about the beautiful voice along with, some amusing comedic stylings featured in the Don't Want to Kill You video, along with some cameos from Joshua Thomas, Mark Sipka, and company. So, Dragon, do we have any announcements to make involving any of the JGI players?
Oh, well, so funny you frame it like players. There's actually a video right now, folks. I don't know how long they're going to stay up because sometimes these live events don't always kind of stay on the main JGI page. I mean, check it out while you see this. They did a little gaming stream recently. Not just like Joshua Thomas, like talking to the folks, a little Q&A while he's playing Animal Crossing. No, let's shove that to the side of you folks. We're talking next level. We're talking the whole assortment of JGI Tiki. This was so fun. You actually chimed in for a little bit, then you went off the grid, but still you were there.
I was trying to keep up with it, and I couldn't, man. Every time I tried to keep up with what was going on, I just felt like I was 10 minutes behind.
Basically, the whole JGI crew had a really fun event. I want to say it was the JGI game stream, I think is what they called it, in which you had Joshua Thomas, you had Piper Hinson, you had the great KMG, you had Corey Olnick. Man, Corey Olnick, every time I see Corey Olnick, he's just so pleasant, man. I love Corey Olnick. He's awesome.
He needs to be in more things. I mean, I know that's difficult right now, but he needs to be in more things.
Yeah, I complimented him on his spit take during that live stream. And again, that's what I'm saying. We had some old faces and some new faces as well. Again, new face. Well, okay, maybe actually, to be fair, there are no new faces, but just go with me on it. The point being, we had faces we hadn't seen in a long time. We had Sal. We had Ryan. I'm gonna butcher his name. Just Ryan. We had the Ryan, not the dead Ryan Gosling. We had Ryan Quajon.
Oh God,
I'm butchering the name. The point being, the guy from the you Can't Do That sketch with Katie Mary Garland, Piper Hinson. Anyway,
Poncio, of course.
Yes, and of course the great and powerful Alex Poncio,
who I feel bad about because apparently he was trying to talk to me about Nintendo the whole time, and I just.
Well, okay, I'm going to take you to school here. Apologize to Poncio while we're on the air. Go on.
I'm sorry, Poncio. I'm sorry. I didn't keep up with you.
All right. Okay.
Anyway. Poncio, if you want to come on for a Nintendo podcast, by all means, the door is open, buddy. That'd be wonderful. But I'm all ears, especially after that direct. Dragon, I don't want to derail the conversation here, but let's just say, Nintendo came out with a press conference, after months of a drought. In fact, you remember that's something Poncio was asking about, right? That direct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dragon, it was terrible. It was one of the worst press conferences in Nintendo history. It was so bad. It was so bad. So honestly, I don't know. I might have to reach out to Poncio about that. It was really bad. Anyways, we might have to do an impromptu podcast about that. The two of us. So, indeed, Dragon, let's also, speaking of games and speaking of Just Giggle It members playing games, we have a game, Dragon, and we just so happen to book a Just Giggle It player. Would you like to hype that up a little bit?
Yes, folks. Yes, indeed. Of course, we do a little thing ordinarily called Disney debates, and sometimes we like to mix it up. We like to shake things up a wee bit. You know, we like to kind of theme it to something. We did Amblin debates. You know, very much centered around kind of the Steven Spielberg of it all. We've in the past we've done Pixar debates. We've done Marvel debates, Star Wars debates. You know, we like the theme of the debates, and of course Nicktoons debates. So we're going off the reservation. In the spirit of that, we're doing Looney Tunes debates, and not only Looney Tunes. We need some loony players, some people who know great comedy. We need somebody who knows great comedy, someone who's a multi talent, someone who's coined a remarkable phrase here and there. Of course, we can confirm that we do have the incomparable Mark Sipka joining us on the Looney Tunes debates live.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be going against Mark in his opinions about comedy. And Dragon, I gotta say, I'm very intimidated by that. I wouldn't be surprised if he wipes the floor with me.
I mean, the man has an Amazon special, which also, folks, you check out the Amazon.
Exactly.
Right?
He literally has an Amazon special. How could I? That's definitely the toughest competition I've ever faced.
You know who else has an Amazon special? Rob Delaney. Just want to get that in there. Anyway, so point being, Peter from Deadpool 2, by the way. Anyway, so all right, so folks, this is going to happen. Ideally, it's going to happen Wednesday. It should be Wednesday
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, around 8 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, depending on which neck of the woods you are. The point being, 8 o'clock Eastern. Don't make any plans. Come join us. Come join the fun. Sit in the rafters. We'll take audience questions. They might make the speed round, of course, and also sometimes the audience gets to call the round. Also, we read all your comments. We throw them up on the screen because we're nice like that. Anyway, so if you're a fan of Mark Sipka, the man who coined the phrase, another Joshua Thomas, Grand Slam, that guy. Of course, it was Scoob in the Scoob 2 parody.
Oh, fucking Scoob! I mean, the Scoob 2 parody was great, but that movie still just gets under my skin. Dragon, it really.
You know what the best part of Scoob was?
What? Oh
Scoob
God!
2 parody.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jim. Oh God! Just every time I think about that movie, I find something else to hate about it. I really do.
Okay, the point being, again, Mark Sipka, we love him. We've had him on before, and we're going to be really happy to welcome him back again on the Looney Tunes debates live. Which again, tomorrow, Wednesday, come join us or watch it afterwards. But please join us live; it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so back to the Piper of it all, the incomparable, the wonderful, the multi-talented, the Patrick Fabian of JGI, Piper Hinson. Yes. So of course, this was directed, written, and edited. Handsy Man. That was written, directed, and edited by the great Piper Hinson. Appropriately, this is from JGI at Home, episode 3, which, as we covered with the opening, kind of built around Piper Hinson being the MC. So of course, an episode emceed by Piper Hinson, the headlining sketch, the first one up to bat, Handsy Man.
So, Dragon. I keep hyping this one up. I mean, I think this is 2 minutes of absolute comedic perfection. I really think this is one of the most rewatchable and just like solidly structured sketches that JGI has put together since the early days, man. I mean, this is like I love this so much. I really do. It's everything I could have hoped for in a JGI sketch. I think this is like a gold standard JGI sketch.
Yeah, this was, as I've said before, this is an expertly directed short that should be a wake-up call to Hollywood and basically get in commercial work for Piper Hinson. This should result in Piper Hinson getting a whole bunch of commercial work. I don't mean just commercials. I just mean like kind of commercial. Like, oh my God, we got to put her in the big leagues, kid. Like that sort of thing. Like, oh my God, Piper Hinson. Seriously, this was so. In the state that everything is right now, this was so well put together. It really is. It hits the comedic marks, but it's just so. It looks so sleek, man. It just looks so polished. I just love how polished this whole thing looks. And again, Hollywood, wake up. Give her a job. Come on. Come on.
All right. And also, Milos is also a co-star in this. And he is so funny in it too, Dragon. I can't wait to see what Milos does in the future.
I remember, Milosh, like Foreman.
Milosh. Sorry. Yeah. Dragon, one of the things I did catch on that gaming stream that I thought was just so amusing and just made me kind of like Milo shit even more is just him randomly playing ragtime piano in the background, just tickling the ivories.
I don't know if you remember this. They were doing the cute Jim Pam thing where they were both sharing the headphones. Yeah.
So yeah, I do not remember that, but I do remember the off-camera ragtime piano.
All right. So, have you gone back to watch the full stream yet, or just have you?
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not
seriously,
yet.
do that before. Well, again, while it's still up. I don't know if you're going to keep it up forever.
All right.
Okay. So yes, so we start things off with some really ominous and polished shots here. Again, it's kind of the sexiness, and of course, sexiness does apply to kind of like the theme of this thing. So there's kind of a sexiness of a sleek commercial at play at the start here, like a caper almost. It feels like the recruiting of like an Ocean's movie almost at the start of this thing for a
kind
moment.
of feels like a live action version of those stupid insurance commercials almost.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So again, it's kind of like a caper. Basically, it's a caper meets a seductive tone. That's kind of the best way I could describe kind of the way this thing was. We have like a really great sound design. Of course, Milos bringing it with the sound design, the mixing, of course. It's kind of like the whole kind of musical kind of side of things here. So we have Piper in her car. And by the way, all this I'm pretty sure shot in her carport in her driveway.
That's great.
So Piper rolls up in her car. Didn't have to go far, but there's no place like home. So anyway, so Piper rolls up in her car. And she's wearing sunglasses at night. This is again, it's all about the sleekness, man. They don't care about logic. So the point being, she rolls up in sunglasses at night, and she's pulling up to a man on the street, Pretty Woman style. Hi there.
So she greets Milos. Hi there. Hi, miss.
We have some really nice reverse shots. Of course, reverse shots for the Star Wars fans out there. It's like we have these two-person conversations. You go over the shoulder and over the other shoulder. Anyway, so these reverse shots of the little conversation going on here.
You're out here all by yourself. So are you.
Again, really, really smooth operation kind of going on here within the back and forth kind of pitter-patter of the dialogue. Of course, I love Piper Hinson. Again, she's definitely channeling, in my opinion, I think she's channeling her inner Anne Hathaway.
I could see that. Yeah, sure.
Especially with the shades.
So Dragon, she has a few things she needs some assistance with.
Yes,
she needs someone to help her with. Well, I'm someone.
So now we begin kind of the very innuendo-laden kind of back and forth between the two of them. And again, so the gag is that they are both ignorant to the innuendo and the tone of this whole thing here. Basically, of a woman in need for a handyman, but maybe not as innuendo-laden as you'd expect.
You see, I have these pipes that need to be cleaned. And of course, when I heard pipes, all I could think of was this one, or like the pipes. The pipes are calling.
I know. I love if you use a little fourth wall call out there of like, yeah, I'm going by the pipes. I've owned it, man. I'm gonna use it. Using my little my thing here. Also, again, I love with it's very novella or like women's novella or like 50 Shades of Grey-esque sort of thing here. Like, well, I'm someone. It's like, oh god, I might be able to help you,
miss. I'd love to clean your pipes.
Yep. Good. And of course, again, Piper Hinson. Again, this feels but with the whole like the pipes, this feels like a Piper Hinson romance novel. Like she wrote a romance novel.
Oh God. About sexy spies.
Yeah.
Who also do baby work.
Like kind of like 50 Shades of Grey meets like a Pretty Woman sort of thing. It's like you just found someone on the street and then you took him in. It was like a whole misadventure, but it was a sexy misadventure. Anyway, so I'm also looking for someone who can toss my salad. And she's doing eons better than we are, folks. It's just sad what we're doing here, but just go with us for it. Anyway,
I'm very good at that. I love tossing salad.
Very good, says her. Lastly, I'm looking for someone to light my fire. And again, I love the sound design here because you're like a boom. You're like boom, light the fire.
Oh god.
Of course, I love and my favorite action here. She peers over the glasses with the sound effect there. Like that's where like the boom comes in. I'm looking for someone to drops the glasses. Boom, light my fire.
Miss, I think you found your someone.
Yep. Yep. So again, then he like hop in. He hops in. Cut to basically we have this very suggestive close up of
Oh
Piper
God,
Hinson or Lady of the Night, where they give her a moniker here, Lady of the Night, in kind of
Lady
this.
of the Night. I like that.
Basically, she's or Night Lady. Anyway, so she's in this ecstasy upon close up, where she's just man, like her mouth's closed. Importantly, her mouth is closed, and she's like she's really just in sheer ecstasy. And again, never has the phrase "get your mind out of the gutter" applied more than anything in
Oh
life.
God.
So, point being, we have this close up in ecstasy, which then reveals the punchline.
Oh, it's so simple, but it works so well.
Again, because it was so well built up. Again, that's the key to any fantastic, like setup and payoff, especially the punchline. If you any farce, if you devote yourself to the setup, any payoff. That's the thing. If you have such a perfect setup, almost any payoff will work. And of course, this payoff was a good payoff, so it worked even better.
So the payoff is Milosh is indeed under her sink, fixing her pipes.
So basically, it was exactly what it was exactly what she asked for.
Oh, God.
It's exactly
And
what
Dragon,
that conversation was.
I love how Milosh's tone changes from like, this like badass, like super confident guy to like, a very admirable, but kind of like, oh yeah, miss, like I'm so happy to please you, basically like a perfect man. In all
I mean,
honesty,
he's an
let's be
independent.
honest here.
He's a step away from an independent contractor. Again, to us, the audience, he had like the perfect exchange with a random woman ever. And then we just go to okay. Now it's okay. Well, I'm just fixing the sink. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Everything should be fine now. I got hot water's working. Hot water's coming again.
And
Pipe,
your pilot light's on.
pilot lights on.
But what I'm saying by the perfect man tone, Dragon, is that he's a perfect man in the eyes of women just because he aims to please. You know what I mean? He aims to please.
Yeah, he does. And he's succeeding. I mean, he fixed the leaky pipe. He lit the pilot light. The man, he delivering all the promises from the earlier conversation. I'm impressed.
And then this is my favorite little bit. He's concerned about if he put too much dressing on the salad.
So then we reveal Piper with eating the salad. Basically, that's what she was doing in that close-up. There's eating this little salad, like in her. She's eating the salad in the most ridiculous way possible. It's like just standing. Anyway, the point being, I love there's like I don't know if it's like one of those fancy boxes of salad or if it's like just like a book on salad that's kind of in the background. You see this? Like that's why I love it. Just like hitting the like it's a salad. We built in the whole salad gag, but it's fine though. It's kind of funny. It's like we spelled it out in a fun way. Then too much dressing on that salad. No, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
And of course, and then my favorite bit in the whole thing, by the way, of this reveal, I love that the music, the score, like the whole the
comes back.
No, here's what I love about it. It's on his phone. It's playing on his phone.
Oh yeah, right.
That's great. So I mean, at the end of the day, when this sketch premiered live, I still have the same thought about it that I did then. Where I mean, this feels like Ken Armand directed this. It has it's the reverse engineered version of if buying an orange were like buying a car. It's reverse engineered, and I think it's brilliant.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where we have the innuendo up front instead of and the kind of the cheesiness as well, like with kind of the payoff. It's reverse engineered. It was wholesome after all.
And then the sketch ends with one more glorious orgasmic moan on Piper's part from taking a big mouthful of salad. Just
definitely a champion for salad.
Oh yeah, good salad.
If I could have added one more thing to this, it would have been that this was a salad commercial the whole time. If I could have added one, I just had one. Maybe if the whole thing was like an elaborate salad commercial, but no.
What if we cut back to the same stoners from the Ken Armand sketch, and it was like the same punchline, like, dude, that's a really elaborate salad commercial.
Yeah. Yep.
God.
All
right. Okay, so let's get to Don't Want to Kill You, which it's a music video, so there's not as much comedy to talk about, but I do think it's well produced, and more importantly, it's got a lot of JGI players in it, which is the main reason we decided to talk about it, besides it being so timely. So
yes.
All right, where do you
This
want to
is cool.
start with this?
First off, again, a little musical interlude, a little music video. This was the musical section. This was a bonus musical section, I want to say, for episode 4 of
Yeah, I think it
JGI
was
Home.
tacked on to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was a really impressive move. It was like, oh, but yeah, 2 music things for the price of one. Unlike SNL or all that, sometimes it was actually warranted. You know, it didn't feel like, oh, now we get to
God.
the music. I
Oh,
care
don't
about
get
the.
me started on SNL and the multiple musical interludes. Jesus Christ.
But you know what I mean? It's like sometimes with all that or SNL, it's just honestly it's any sketch show, and again, it's name for like like live comedy show. Sometimes they always I understand you have the musical talent, but still, it's like after all that time you're invested in the comedy, and it's like well then we have the music, which again that's where you get the if comedy is subjective, music is even more is like doubly subjective.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah.
you get
Oh
music
yeah.
people aren't going to care about unless you have like a basically unless it's like Sinatra or somebody, unless it's like a kind of like an all kind of like an old generation sort of like everybody that has like at least a fondness or knows about Sinatra, versus like something like maybe it's like a really uber techno group or something. I don't know. It's like you need something in the middle somewhere.
Also, Dragon, while we're on the subject of the musical guest, can I just take this opportunity to just kind of geek out about Constantine for a moment?
I guess go on.
So, yeah, Constantine, he was on, I believe he was on,
I
like,
think it was 4. It was probably 4.
4. Okay, yeah. And Dragon, my mother and I were rooting so hard for this guy. Oh my God, we were rooting so hard for him because I believe in that season it was him and then Bo Bice were the 2 rockers in the cast.
For the kids
And
out there, he's talking about American Idol, right? Are you talking about
yes.
American Idol? Okay.
So Bo Bice, he got second place to Carrie Underwood, and the dude has just gone nowhere. Like he's a nobody. And Constantine, man, he's got an admirable career. You know, he's been on stage, he's done some stage acting, he's toured. So I was genuinely excited. And also Dragon just for the idol of it all. His elimination, and I believe it was 7th place, was fucking heartbreaking and shocking and one of the biggest like reality TV upsets I can remember. And this was in the era when Idol was still like a must-watch show, specifically for moments like this. So yeah, I just wanted to I just thought it was super cool that they got Constantine, and I really enjoyed his musical number. So just wanted to geek out about that for a minute. All right.
All right. So again, as Tiki said, kind of a musical PSA as well, very timely today. Especially, I mean, like literally right today. I mean, there are folks that never is wearing a mask more important than it is right now. I'll say that much.
Oh boy, yeah.
The point being, yeah, we got to keep these little kind of jazzy PSAs going these days, unfortunately. So, also a little fun fact, just kind of lighten things up. I didn't notice this before. Look at this. You have 2 Piper Hinsons wearing sunglasses in the image.
Oh my God.
Yeah, kind of fun. Anyway, so anyway,
Dragon, there's a really dumb, obscure Channel Awesome reference I can make now, but I don't want to make it. But remind me to make it off air. It's dumb, but it has to do with multiple people wearing glasses thing.
All right.
All right.
Anyway, okay, so Piper Hinson, and her little sunglasses aside, moving on. So,
God.
Anyway, so of course this is a music video with JGI because again she's done music videos before, and again we started JGI at home with a Piper Hinson musical interlude. Now we've kind of returned to it as kind of like the icing on the cake, and again I like that it's different than Piper Hinson's music videos that she has on her own channel that she's kind of done for herself. This is like something produced within JGI. And it's because of that, while there isn't like ha funny, it's like there's a little more self-aware. It's a little more like maybe a little iota of Lost in the Woods Frozen 2-esque humor within. It's like there's a self-aware
That's a good
edge.
comparison. That's a good comparison. Yeah.
It's not as like on the money as like a Lost in the Woods, but you know what? It serves its purpose, and it's also just kind of saying like, hey, you know, we're aware that these are musical cliches, but you know, we're bringing it back. We're having fun with it. You know, that's what we're doing here. So Piper, of course, she's in the music video. She's kind of wearing her vaguely, it's like Madonna light outfit, like not a full on Madonna, but you know, it's kind of like the all black attire. She's just being festive.
Are you talking about the pigtail look?
Well, I'm saying she goes through a couple looks. I was
Yeah,
referring to like the black number. Well, she's wearing a black number, I guess, in both. I mean, like the one she's wearing in the image right now, like little.
because the pigtail look is very kind of, for me, it was very Britney Spears esque.
Yeah, I was referring to the main one we have in the image. That's what I was. That just straight. I don't know. It's vaguely Madonna-esque. And the point being, it's like one of those music video attire.
Mhm.
Anyway, so yeah, we go like she's. We're not gonna sing the whole song for you folks. We're just gonna go through the highlights here. Maybe
I don't think you couldn't pay us enough on Patreon to do that, and we don't have a Patreon, so that's a moot point. But still, you couldn't pay us enough to do that. That's never going to happen.
Because again, folks, if we know anything about Piper Hinson, that she's like she can't do anything wrong. Seriously, she can't. I mean, I think it's scientific improbability. She's just amazing at everything. Again, she's very much not only is the Amazon goddess of funny on JGI, she is she's the Patrick Fade man. It's like everything's just it turns out Millhouse for Piper Hinson. She's great at everything. So, hope that doesn't come off sardonically because I really mean it. She is really good at everything. It's impressive. So, anyway,
she's a triple threat, let's say.
Seriously, absolutely. Piper Hinson, she's fantastic. So she's going back to group. She's the one that talks about like, we want to go back to group hang. I think we see Poncio looking at a photo of the JGI.
It's great, yeah.
And lamenting over the past status quo. We have some shots of like going to the outside. We go to the foyer with like the pigtail look, and then we have we go to the mirror shots quite nice.
Mm-hmm. And then Joshua Thomas just longingly looking outside the window, which might be my favorite shot in the whole thing. This is where we get kind of into like the, we know it's a serious subject, but we can have a little bit of fun with it and kind of like, do a little bit of tongue-in-cheek stuff with it. Kind of melodramatize it a little bit.
Because I mean, again, we do find ourselves in sad situations, but the only way to get ourselves out of that is like to dig deeper into the sadness and just kind of elevate it by music. Like, yeah, it's this sad. Look at how sad we are. And again, well, yeah, it's true. I mean, that's a fun way of looking at it, though.
I'm telling you, Dragon, music is going to come back. I think music was shit in the 2010s. I don't even want to get into it. But, man, good music is made under turmoil. And, yeah, we've got a hell of a lot of turmoil. I think there's going to be some good music coming up.
We have Sipka and Austin Boyce having a. Hey, speaking of Sipka, we should talk about him here. We have Sipka wearing his Weird Al attire that he's been doing lately on these kind of the JGI at home stuff. He's wearing the red shirt and everything, and he's on his curl up on the couch with Austin Boyce, like thinking about touching hands, but you can't.
God.
Again, folks, not musical at all. We're not doing any just trying to do what we can do with the music video. We can only do so much with a music video, folks. Bear with us. So, again, sad Joshua Thomas. Well, we have a funny bit with Daryl Delaney and Jenny Tran. Like they're frolicking 6 feet backwards.
Right.
Katie Mary Garland, she's sneezing and coughing in the arm. Of course, little Combat Carl.
Oh my God, Combat Carl, yes. Never has Combat Carl's. Never has Combat Carl's advice been so relevant, Dragon.
Yep. Then, of course, we have the big cell line. Don't want to kill you or put you in the ICU. I mean, the whole put you in the ICU is a really clever line. Like, yeah, that's nice. Because I care about you, even if you won't wear a mask. Keep your distance.
Reagan, how did you say? Like, I had a lady at work bitch about me not being 6 feet apart when I was just trying to help her bring stuff out of the car. And piece de resistance, she wasn't wearing a mask. She wasn't wearing a fucking mask. Anyways, I'm sorry. Just wanted to get that out there.
So then we see the JGI gang. They're with their mask on. Like we see Poncio and Daryl, with their mask on. We have the pigtailed Piper Hinson with the checkerboard bandana mask around her neck. Talking about opening buffets, and then we have the harmonizing Piper Hinsons harmonizing with herself. Piper Hinson's that good. She is a literal triple threat. She's harmonizing with herself. Need I say more?
Oh dear.
It's like pick up or take away, and we have Katie with you getting like a food delivery. And also notice Katie's mask. She's a fun mask. It's a friend's mask. It's really funny. It says, "Could you be any closer?"
Oh, I didn't notice that. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's like a Chandler spin on the whole social distance thing. Actually, I got my new mask in the mail today. I love it.
I am still contemplating about getting a Cusco no touchy mask.
Oh yes, oh, it's awesome.
You think I should? I should.
Well, I mean, I got an animated series mask, so that's just
No touchy. Right now, I've just been rocking the Survivor buff this whole time, honestly.
I'll tell you what, the two. Well, you should look. You should look for a combat curl cough in the arm if you can find it, though.
Oh, there's no way I can find something that specific, dude. No way, not in a million years. That is way
Tiki,
too
you
deep.
say that, but I mean, Tiki, if you go to the right place, they have masks for
The
everything.
only way I could do that is if I like hired someone on Etsy to make like a custom one or something.
You got to try T Public, Tiki. They might have that.
Oh god. Well, regardless, Dragon, I think
Anyway.
the Cusco one would be a little bit more like recognizable. So I think I'm gonna go with the Cusco
Yeah,
one.
you're right. So, anywho, getting back on point. So yes, okay, mass shenanigans aside, Miss having brunch on Sunday. We have, I believe, Miranda DeMeo. I believe one of Katie Mayer Garland's buddies. I believe.
Mhm.
Anyway, let's see. Of course, we have Oh yeah, I know it's Katie Mayer Garland's buddy. She was from the anyway. Okay, so we have like the backward with the Hamilton thing. That's one that she was in the Hamilton sketch recently.
Right.
We have some backward footage. Well, we have the epic Poncio sneeze.
Right.
Poncio sneezes so hard he divides into 16 Poncios. Poncio.
Oh, Jesus. We also have Joshua Thomas like with the mask hanging off of his ear.
Okay, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
Joshua Thomas has a fantastic moment of acting in this music video. It's so good. It's simple, but it's amazing what he does. So Joshua Thomas, he has this triumphant moment where it has like, and I've been there too. I hang the mask off the one ear sometimes, like for easy, like back and forth. Anyway, point being though, the way he does it, he has this look on his face, or basically as like the music video is kind of amping up, and we like Kay's point to the mask, Mark Sip, because everyone's masking up being the point, and then Josh is like the last one to mask up there, but he looks has like this triumphant, hopeful smile on his face, like yes, look at how good that acting is, just kind of looks up and just meshes so well with the whole thing.
I hear you.
Conveying the message very well. I'm like, you know what, this is tough, but we're gonna get through this, man. Like, yeah.
Also, can I just say, like, I really want his fucking life-size Keyblade he's got hanging up in his room.
Yeah,
like, that's badass right there.
I might have seen one of these. Like, I know I've seen it. I know what I've seen it from. It was in the Comic-Con last year. That's where I've seen it. They sell them with the foam swords. You can actually buy a Keyblade there. Anyway. So Piper again, she's imposed over the background a couple times, going back to the theme. I care about you. I don't need. Actually, she speaks to the moral here verse of the song. I care about you. I don't even know you. Just wear a mask and prove you care about me.
You dig?
Yeah, and then she's doing like the peace out. She's doing like the Downey Jr. peace out. She's walking all over the place. She's and of course we have a little text. Wear a mask. Wear a mask.
All right, that's about it. Dragon, any final thoughts?
Yeah, let's read banner up in final thoughts.
Okay.
Okay, final thoughts for me on the Handsy Man. Again, Piper Hinson impresses again with a very professionally directed, some very professional directing amidst limited resources. And again, everyone's operating with very few resources at the moment. Again, we can't, especially California around this time, they're not really able to kind of go full tilt with the kind of the full on JGI cast as we tend to do. So again, working what she has, she's doing an amazing job with it. Again, amazing so much. I hope it catches the eye of some bigwigs. Like, you know what? I'm going to take my big wig off. I'm going to pick up a phone. I'm going to call Piper Hinson. I'm going to give her a job. Give her some commercial work because she deserves it. No, but seriously, she's really impressed with this. JGI, of course, working with the classic misdirect comedy, inverted in a really clever way. Maybe, look, in the grand scheme of things, maybe not reinventing the wheel, but showing folks how it's done. It's showing folks how it's done right. And final thoughts on... I'm sorry, you want to do your final thoughts, or should I just go both?
No. Go through both of them.
And for the music video, for You Don't Want to Kill You, a bit of a satire on the music video, which is always appreciated. Piper Hinson continues with the kind of PSA-themed videos, because, we did the whole, we covered the bars that are closing sketch, which, again, we had another in her PSA kind of, comedy-based ones. And again, we're kind of utilizing kind of all hands on the JGI deck in a way. And again, we're doing a lot with very little resources. Again, I think Piper Hinson's really, she's proving her merit here. And like, yeah, I'm doing as much as I physically can with kind of like little at the moment. So it's impressive.
All right, final thoughts on Handsy Man. I mean, I just love it. I honestly think it. I don't know. I need to reevaluate. There's a couple of them I need to reevaluate, but I honestly think Handsy Man might be the MVP of the entire JGI lineup. I really don't think I've laughed. JGI lineup is fantastic, all things considered, but I really think this is the MVP. I think it's just classic JGI setup and payoff, just done incredibly well. You're right; it's not reinventing the wheel, but it's nice to see them kind of go back to the wheel. Like
Yeah,
this feels like old school JGI in the best of ways. I
it
think.
is.
And then final thoughts on "Don't Want to Kill You." We've had a lot of COVID related content from JGI for good reason, and I feel like JGI is kind of doing their part. They're almost kind of like the kind of the tongue in cheek but still very well meaning PSA department out there. They're really doing their part, but still kind of doing it with a smile on your face. And what can you say? It's got great vocals from Piper Hinson. It's great to see all the JGI players kind of contributing their individual bits from it. Like you said, the Joshua Thomas little moment of acting is fantastic. Overall, a really well done kind of bonus musical interlude. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right, well, folks, again, Looney Tunes debate live. That's coming tomorrow. It's coming Wednesday. I guess the 22nd. Wednesday 22nd at 8 Eastern, 6 Pacific Standard
5
Time.
Pacific.
Wait, what?
5 Pacific.
Oh, right. Anyway, okay. Anyway, folks, we'll see you then. And of course, until then, that's it for now. Until the next exciting reach into the Just Giggle It Grab-Bag.
I think you found your someone.